Hello my creatives and welcome to another junk journal with me. Today I am going to journal a lot, so you're going to see how I write in my junk journal. So this is more of a personal journaling. The last video was more of a setup video, how I showed you how I set up my journals, because this is a combination of everything for me. It's a combination of a junk journal, a creative journal, a bullet journal, a traveler's notebook, like everything goes in here. I do memory keeping, I do everything, tracking, you know, all the good stuff. So I start off this journaling session with some photos from me and Kelly. Kelly is one of my closest friends. We don't see each other that often. Actually, it was 2 years ago. So it was really great to see her again this summer. We lived together when we were 18, 19 years old, and now we are both 26. So it was so fun to catch up and talk about how life is going right now. We have seen a lot of challenges in our lives, and we shared them together. So she's a very special person, and I feel a lot of love for her. So we caught up and we talked about our memories and things we've been through together. So that was quite nice, and it was so cool, and especially to see that we're both successing at life, and that we've grown so much since we were 19 years old, but our friendship didn't change. It was even like it was 2 years ago the last time I saw her, but it felt like it was yesterday, and I think those friendships are the best friendships there are. So I will go back to my journal page right now. I layered up my photo with some brown packaging paper to tie it in with the page on the right hand side, and I used some blue pattern paper to use as an accent color. As you can see, there's a little bit of blue in the photo. That's because I have this blue bench in my garden, and we sat outside and took these photos. So that was really cool, and I really want to use that accent color also because I have another photo that I will journal on the other side that has blue in there. So I thought that would bring it all together. I'm now going through my embellishment box. I used an AC Digitals kit, Maggie Holmes Flourish, and I spent an afternoon or a day a couple of weeks ago to cut out all of the extra pieces. So I'm going through there to find some embellishments that I like. I gravitate to the black and white and gold ones, but I can't really figure out what I want. So I'm playing around with these. My photos are printed on the Canon Selphy CP1300. I love this photo printer. I already used one package of paper. That's how many photos I printed already. And I also printed these photos for Kelly so she could stick them on the wall, and for me they will go in my journal. So yeah, I'm just figuring out here what I want to do, because I want to complement the photo with some embellishments, but I will also want to have enough space to write around the photo. I found this blue butterfly, and that I really like that one. So you see me taking out all the black and white embellishments. I take a blue house, but I didn't really like it. I tried again later on, but it just didn't work. I'm looking for more of a vertical embellishment right now, but couldn't find what I wanted. And I got a pink flower, but I didn't want to add pink to the spread. These leaves are a bit too big, so I also didn't really like that. And I will just, you see, I will go back to the house again, but I don't like the house, and it covers up too much of the photo. So I go back into the box and I find this flower, and then I think, yes, this is what I want. I take another green leaf, and I am going to stick these down how they are. I also find a word, sentiment, phrase, thing, and that says love you, and I will cut the words apart and also add that to my page. But before I do any of this, I write down the date on when we took this photo. It was the 7th of August 2019, and I used a Sharpie permanent marker to write on the selfie paper. I don't know if it will fade out or bleed out, and I don't really mind if it does. It's just my journal. I needed something permanent to write on the slick selfie paper. So now you see my layering of my embellishments, and yeah, I just stick it down, and I'm very happy with this page. I really like what I did here. I try if I wanted to add more sentiments, but I decided I didn't want to. And then I will take my other photo and stick it on the other side. So at first I thought I wanted to layer the photo, but I really liked the brown packaging paper behind it because it complemented the photo so beautifully. This photo was taken at my friend's house, one of my girlfriends, as she turned 20, and we girls decorated her house while she was on a holiday because one of my friends was house sitting. And we secretly decorated her house, so when she got home this was hanging there. And then I wrote on the tag, "Happy birthday Astrid." And I used one of the black embellishments I picked out before to add a little bit of extra thing. And now I will just do my journaling. So I wrote about my day with Kelly and how happy I was that she was here. I wrote some about our memories. I think can't even remember precisely what I wrote. Oh yes, that we sang along with Marco Borsato very loud, and that Oets could hear us on the other side of the street. And then I wrote about Astrid's birthday. So this is a photo that maybe some of you saw on my Instagram or my community tab. I also wanted to add this photo to my journal and make it like a proper memory keeping scrapbooking page, if you can say it like that. So I picked this beautiful pattern paper page. I try to journal as chronologically as possible, but if I switch up a few pages, it doesn't really bother me. So this photo was perfectly for this page, and I layered it up with some beautiful pink striped paper. And I'm going to add the photo to the page. I'm going back into my embellishment box, and I will find all kinds of black and white embellishments, and I will add those to my page. I will just show you the process here of how I find the things I find, and I will come back to you once I've decided on what I wanted to do with my page. If you like this video, I would love it if you would give me a thumbs up. I would also love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. I do a lot of things. I do snail mail, I do junk journaling, I do art journaling, I do all kinds of fun things. So if you would like that, just hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you in the comment section. Once I found out how I wanted my page to look, I took my glue roller and I glued everything down. So this is usually how I do it when I embellish. I prepare the complete page, and once I'm happy with it, I stick everything down. So that is why everything is already on there, but nothing is stuck down. It depends. If I have layered pieces, then I will stick some of it down already when I'm sure. But with this page, I really wanted to grab everything before I stuck anything down, because it would be a shame if I would find something better in the box than I picked. And I chose these sentiment strips because they fit so well with my hanging out with Kelly. So now I am going to make something completely different than a journaling spread. I am going to make a Happy Meal tracker. So all of my journals have a Happy Meal tracker. I first started out in just a separate insert, but I noticed that didn't work for me. And then I put it in my bullet journal, but I don't use the bullet journal anymore. And then I put it in my personal journal, but I also don't use that one anymore. And I figured out that I needed something extra to track, because I write down whose mail I got, when I got it, when I sent out mail, if it got delivered, and if I journaled it is a new spot in there. So I track here what is going on with my PO box, because I try to reply to everyone. And it might take me several months. Well, I'm sure it takes me several months, because I still have 13 mails to make or something to respond. But I try to do that on order, and to keep myself organized, I write down whose mail I got and when, so that it's fair if I reply that I take the first person on the list. So this tracker really, really helps me out. But I also still have a lot of mail to journal. Bit embarrassing, confession time. I still need to journal mail from 2017. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so behind. But I noticed that I couldn't figure out anymore on a very good way whose mail I journaled and whose I didn't. And I also want to journal on order as much as possible, so I needed an extra little section to cross off when I put it in my pen pal journal. That's also what PPG means. It's pen pal journal. So I write down who, date, sent, delivered, and pen pal journal, and that way I can track. So I took my Crayola markers to make this tracker, and I make a red line in the middle, and that means everything behind the red line is on me, so I need to do that. Then I take my first insert. This is my first insert that I used for mail tracking. It just didn't work to have this separate insert. I forgot it all the time, and it's just a little bit too small because it's a traditional traveler's notebook size. And now I'm taking over writing down all the people that I still have to journal. If there's a date behind, if it says something on send, I actually send something to them and I just need to journal. So these were my journal pages for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I have 2 other junk journal with me's already filmed, and I will try to post on somewhat of a regular thing. And thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye!